The Arkansas Symphony Orchestra is preparing its second masterworks of the season. It's titled Fire and Light. I'm Dawn Scott and I'm joined by music director Philip Mann. So interesting this is. Tell us a little about the masterwork Fire and Light and the mood that it's going to bring the audience.
Well, thanks, Dawn. It's a pleasure to be here too. It's an exceptional program that really brings out an energy and color of light, darkness, fire, virtuosity, romantic energy. It's a program that really takes us back to our roots in the symphonic genre of what makes our art form great. And for instance, we start off with Haydn's Fire Symphony. Before there was Beethoven and his 9 symphonies, there was Papa Haydn, who had this huge number of great orchestra works, then called symphonies. And these, well, one of the most sparkly, one of the most firecracker of all of them was his Fire Symphony. And we start the program with that, again, continuing that great energy that we opened the season with. The second half of the program now, however, has 2 really exceptional things. The first is that the Arkansas Symphony has a new program called our Composer of the Year. And this year we have Michael Torke, one of the preeminent, foremost composers all over the world right now, but it's certainly one of the great American composer voices, will be featured in his Lucent Variations. Michael Torke has a distinctive voice. He's interesting to listen to. It almost sounds a little bit like Las Vegas. And in fact, it is a lot like Las Vegas because that's where Michael Torke's from. And then we finish the program with really one of the true highlights of our season, Norman Krieger playing Brahms' monumental Piano Concerto, his D minor. It's one of these pieces that strikes fear into the heart of pianists as they try to climb a Mount Everest of a piece, but it warms the hearts of those of us that listen, because what it is one of the most romantic, moving, powerful pieces. At the same time, you get to see this incredible technical fire and virtuosity that is required of the pianist. It's truly a singular event to get to see somebody of Norman's caliber play this, and indeed it's one of Norman's signature pieces, so I couldn't be more excited to be offering him in this piece to our listeners in Arkansas.
That really, really is exciting. Have you performed with Norman before?
You know, this is going to be the very first time that Norman and I have been on stage together as conductor and pianist. That being said, we've shared the stage many times. Once before as I was a violinist, and I've seen him and his career just skyrocket. As I grew up and learned about him and followed him, I had the great pleasure of accompanying him from the orchestra and seeing family friends, dear friends in music work with him. You know, music is a small world, it's a small fraternity, and when you have somebody with the reputation of Norman, we all hear about him and we all know him. And one of the things that always precedes Norman is his fantastic sense of humor. He's hilarious and he's so popular with audiences, and that's one of the things that I think about as a conductor about why do I decide to bring a specific individual to Arkansas? Well, not only is Norman one of the great living pianists today, he's also someone that is embraced and endeared by the audiences he plays for, and I'm sure as much as the orchestra is excited to play with him, Little Rock and Arkansas will fall in love with him as well.
Well, I know it's important to you, but it's also important to the audience to see these signature guests that you're bringing in.
Absolutely, and it gives a little bit of a profile to our season. We started the season focusing on the orchestra. Well, now we're going to take the spotlight and move it over just a little bit. We have the Haydn featuring the orchestra in the first half, but then we also show a display of technical virtuosity and great pianistic skills. So it's something that you can mark this season by.
Philip, so interesting. Thanks so much. And Fire and Light will be performed at the Robinson Center October 22nd and 23rd. And for more information of this year's Arkansas Symphony lineup or to purchase tickets, check out the website arkansasymphony.org or call 501-666-1761. We're looking forward to hearing it.